Hi, welcome back. It's Jamie Carmel with New Attitude with Jamie Carmel. Welcome back. We have a new video. Woo! I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, but I'll tell you, it's another dating video. But it's going to be what I did wrong. We're not beating up the guys today. Woo-woo! It's really going to be serious because this is really serious business. I really like this one, and I really think I fucked it up. But that's the whole thing. When we go on a date, if we fuck it up, we fuck it up. But we learn from it. And it's very hard. Even the people that are like coming back into the dating field, people that are new into the dating field, it's very, very difficult to meet someone, especially if you're on these dating sites. You don't know these people. Like I've said before, you don't know these people from a hole in the wall. That's why it's always best to talk on the phone, even have a FaceTime with these people. Try to figure out Skype. See if you really hit it. Last week, I didn't really like the guy, but he says, hey, let's Skype. So I downloaded Skype into my phone. And I had a Skype session with him. It didn't work out. I looked at him. I was like, But that's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. So you don't waste time. I don't want this to be a very long video, so we're going to get into it. The other night, I thought I had a great date. God, this guy was gorgeous. He was gorgeous. Gorgeous. Everything I liked about him. That he was just very similar to me. He had past military. I don't have past military, but I have past the legal system. He had tattoos, a lot of tattoos. And he was just really young. He was young. Not that young, but he was mature. He had past military experience. So he did suffer from some PTSD. We just had a lot in common. Just a lot in common. But I'm going to go into 10 things that I did wrong. I have to admit I did wrong. And the way I figured this out was when I go through the people that I watch, and I'll probably attach to some of the coaches that I watch down there. I watch a lot of good coaches, a lot of good coaching relationship people that are on YouTube here. And just listening to a lot of them and just gathering, like, what did I really do? And I didn't realize it. When you're at the date, you don't realize what you're doing. And a little throw out there to my friend in high school. Today, I'm taking responsibility. He always says that I'm always beating up the men. But today, I'm actually stepping up to the plate and taking responsibility. Oh my God, I'm going to start singing. But I have to admit, I was very upset when this guy didn't call me back anymore. I was like really butthurt. I really was. I really thought it was going to be a great date. 10 things. Now, we went and met at a restaurant. We had a nice meal. It was a outdoor cafe type restaurant. Wonderful. Loud as hell inside. But he even said, let's go outside and sit so we can talk. Wonderful. Had my small salad that I always have. And we were talking and, you know, back and forth. There was banter there. He wasn't monopolizing the whole conversation. He was wonderful. And I didn't really, I was like, what am I, you know, is it really hitting off? Are we really hitting off? I wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure if we were hitting off or not. You know what I'm saying? But there was banter, and we kept bantering, and he ate. Believe me, he ate. He wasn't ashamed of eating. I had my salad, didn't really finish it, but, you know, I get nervous on these dates. I can't, hold on, coffee break. I'm going to tell you at the end what I did. And I don't know if this is going to rectify it, but at least there's some type of closure. Now, remember, I'm going to interject here. When they don't call you or they ghost you, like everyone's saying today, when they don't call you and when they ghost you or when they, you know, they're done with you, that is closure, guys. Remember that. That is closure. You know, sometimes we don't always get the answers. And what do I always say? There's an old saying, no answer is the answer. So anyway, there's 10 things I did. The first thing, so we had the date, it was lovely. We walked down the pier. We were a beautiful pier near a small town by where I live, and just wonderful sunset, just wonderful here in Western Florida. And nice music was playing. There was a wedding place, and people were having a wedding, and there was my favorite Is This Love by Bob Marley was playing. Is this love, is this love, is this love? Oh my God. So I was like, oh my God. You know, being the girl that I am, I'm like, this is it. It's him. It's him. I love him. Already I was in love. Anyway, so he grabbed my hand and we walked down to the pier, and I was taking pictures of the sunset, taking pictures of the pier, and people were fishing, and there was families and everything, and kids were running around. You know, there's people everywhere, you know. You can't not have people everywhere in Northwest Florida on the coast. That's where I live. And then, you know, he was getting closer to me, and we were talking, and, you know, it was a little intimacy. It was really nice. Then he says, hey, could we go back to Starbucks? I want to have a cup of coffee. I said, sure. And what he did, which really impressed me, was I went and I sat down, and you know how Starbucks sometimes has the tables and the booths. You know, this was a nice Starbucks, a big one. And he actually sat next to me, and he was talking to me and telling me about his life. Very, very personal, very, very nice guy. Don't get me wrong. Now, before this, and this is what I think that he did wrong, and probably I did wrong. I'm going to admit to this. The week before we met, well, that week, he started texting me on a Monday, and that Friday we met. We were texting. He was texting me, good morning, good night, how are you today? I'm going to work out, I'm eating this. That's what he was doing. And maybe, like I always say, guys, I love that friggin' fucking texting, but the texting sometimes trips you up. And maybe I should have put a halt to that. I don't know why I didn't. I just enjoyed, you know, talking to him. And I wasn't really taking him very seriously. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't really taking him seriously. I didn't know that this was going to be a really great date. So number one, I text him after the first date. Beep. We should have a buzzer here, right? Never text a guy after the first date. And you know what? I usually do that. And I told you this in other videos, that I text saying, oh, I had a great time. But this time I was too, I was like, oh, I had a great time. You know, thank you so much. I hope we do this again. Blah, blah. I mean, I was vomiting on the guy. I was vomiting on him. So that was number one. That was a mistake I made, number one, when I came home. Also, during the date, you know what I did? I wasn't using my noodle. I asked the guy for a second date before we even finished the first date. What the hell? What the hell is going on? I should know better. I was just, you know, there's a fair coming to town in one of the small towns where I live. And I was like, hey, do you want to go to the fair? That would be, I always think it's so cute when you're on a date and there's like a little small town family fair, and, you know, and the guy's there with you. You don't have to go on a bunch of rides, but you're holding hands, you're eating those bad funnel cakes, and, you know, there's just like, oh, and he's playing a game and winning you a little stuffed animal. I know, I'm living in a dream world. But right away, I said, hey, do you want to... Already I'm overloading this poor guy. Number three, I put myself down indirectly. And I didn't realize that until I went through the whole date in my head. And what I did was, he was younger than me. Not that much younger than me, but younger than me. He was younger than me. I don't want to out people because he has a really good job with the government. And, you know, I just don't want to, I don't want to get too deep into this. But I said, do you think I'm a little bit too old for you? Jamie, what the fuck? You know, never put yourself down. I mean, he picked me on the dating site, so why am I saying, you know, it's like saying, listen, I want to sell you these pair of pants, but you know what? I don't think these pair of pants look good on you. What the hell was I thinking? So I actually indirectly put myself down, and the guy was like, no, I don't think you're old. I think you're great. You're in great shape. You're pretty. You're this, you're that. And here I am like You sure? I'm giving him the doubt in his mind. That was number 3. Number 4 was intentions were not made clear. Now, what I mean by that was he was really looking for a hookup, kind of. Not really like, he hasn't been dating in a long time because he was in the military. And when he got back, he was in the military, he was out of the military, but he was there on the other side working as a contractor. So he just got back in March. So this is all new to him. This was hard stuff for him. You know, and, you know, when you deal with PTSD and then you haven't been around, you know, Americans for a long time, you know, it's too much. It's an overload. And I think I should have halted all that texting, and I should have really told him what I was looking for. I'm looking for probably similar to what he was looking for, but we weren't really connecting in the sense of what we were looking for. He wasn't really looking for a serious relationship at first. He wasn't sure. He definitely didn't want marriage like I don't. You know, he didn't want that. So we had that in common, but we really weren't clear with each other. And I think that's a problem. When you're not clear with somebody, there's going to be a lot of room for misinterpretation. A lot of room, guys. A lot of room. That was number 4. Number 5 was too much interaction through the texting before the date. I mean, we were texting nonstop. He was texting me the night before like, oh, I wish you were here with me already. I should have put a stop to that. I mean, I just was like, oh, laughing it off, saying, oh, that's so cute. That's not cute. Say, hey, listen, dude, I don't know you yet. We got to get to know each other. And then when we get to know each other, maybe, let's see. You know what I'm saying? I should have put a halt to that. It was too much texting. Listen, by the time we got to each other, we already knew everything. So, I mean, if you're going to do all that texting, what's the point of meeting somebody? You already know all the shit. Number 6. I did show some signs of neediness. Now, I'm going to owe to this. I really am. At times, when I really, really like a guy, I get really needy. I really do. And I think we all do that. I mean, men do it. Women do it. We get really needy. And what I mean by neediness is sometimes we show a little more eagerness than we really should. It's like, you know, we really want to be with them. And believe me, this guy was fucking smoking. And he was into me. You know, it's like, you know, it kind of ran my head a little bit. And neediness is so unattractive. It really is. Listen, hold on, coffee break. I don't have a dog because of the neediness. Don't get me wrong, folks. People out there, I love animals. Love them to death. I love dogs. I would love to have a dog, but I can't have a dog because that constant barrage of, I love you, I love you, I love you, I want to be with you, I want to be with you. That is a really good sign of neediness. And I wasn't really doing that, but I think the guy saw the signs. I think he saw the signs like, this girl's really, really into me. And I'll tell you by number 10 what I was saying. So number 7 was I sent unwanted pictures when not asked for or wanted. Now, not naked pictures. Hold on, folks. Don't go crazy. I took pictures of the sunset. And when I went home that night, when I said the texts like, oh, we got to get back together, and you had a wonderful time. Oh my God. All that vomiting. Through the vomiting, I sent some pictures. I sent all the pictures I took. You know, I took about 5, 6 pictures of the friggin' sunset. What the fuck? You don't do that. The guy didn't even ask for those pictures. And he's like, oh yeah, beautiful. He's like, this girl's crazy. So, and then, you know, I said, oh, wasn't it pretty? It was, I mean, it really was a pretty sunset picture, but I should have had him ask for them, not me soliciting them without his consent. What? I need my head examined, guys. I really do. I really fucked this one up. Number 8, I made some negative comments. Now, this is what, now I'm really not a negative person, but you know, I'm a very sarcastic person sometimes. And it's just, I'm a blunt person, very blunt. So like when we were going into the restaurant, she gave us the table all the way at the end. I said, well, why don't you just give it to us in the street? I was just joking. But you don't joke. Not, you know, when someone doesn't know you, you don't make jokes. You don't try to be funny. So I was like, oh, send us to the street. And then when we were watching the family, there was a family fishing. And there was 3 kids. A father was like all into fishing, and the poor wife was just sitting there like, And I said, oh boy, could you imagine being the kid there waiting for, you know, those poor kids were like, Dad, where's the fish? You know, they were all dying to get the fish. And I was like, boy, those poor kids are probably bored as hell. You know, can't really say that stuff to someone that you don't know, someone that you're really not dating, because they don't know how to take it. They don't know. It's like, gee whiz, is this person really a negative person? You know, I could have came off being like, he might think I'm negative. You know, sometimes I am a negative person sometimes. And so he, you know, when you're first meeting someone, it's like, you don't want to start doing that, because then it's like, oh Lord, shut the fuck up, Jamie. And, you know, I went over my head. Number 9, realize the immaturity. Now, he was younger than me. And I should have realized when he was texting me during the week that there was a little bit of an immaturity level there, because he was saying, doesn't every woman want to date a young guy, and doesn't every young guy want to date a, you know, an older woman? And that's not true. And that, you know, as mature as he was, military-wise, great job that he has, that was still that immaturity that I should have realized. And I should have, like, said, no, that's not true, dude. You know, I mean, yes, I like young men. That's true. But not everybody likes young men. I mean, women my age, 56, like to date older men. You know, some, you know, it depends, you know. Some people like steak. Some people like hamburger. Number 10, and this is probably the most important one. Minimize the compliments and the validation. And that's probably what I didn't do. I really wasn't complimenting that much to him, but I was like really into his tattoos. He was covered. And I was like, hey, you know, your tattoos are really nice. And, I would love to know the meaning of your tattoos, because all of them meant something. And he's like, yeah, wink, wink, when we get to know each other more. And, you never validate a guy too much. If you validate a guy too much, he's going to see that eagerness. He's going to see that, Now, I don't want to get too graphic. At the end of the date, he walked me to my car. He kissed me. I also noticed that when he was kissing me, he didn't shut his eyes, and that was like little things, and he was hugging me. Oh my God, I thought he was going to break one of my ribs. He hugged me so tight and he lifted me up. I mean, the guy was strong. The guy was nice. I mean, he was 5'11", gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful eyes, blue eyes. And he was Asian. He was an Asian descent, and just never dated an Asian guy, but just such a nice. I mean, he had beautiful skin. And I knew right then and there something was wrong, because he went back to his car, and when I pulled out, I was saying, hey, he goes, hey, drive safe, and we'll get together soon. And I just had that feeling from that moment to the next morning, because I didn't get my good morning text like I always do. It's 18 minutes. We're not gonna have long videos anymore, folks. I didn't get my good morning text that morning, so I realized something was up. I realized the gig was up. So what I did today was I sent him a text. I waited about 72 hours. It's almost 4 days I actually waited, and I just said, hey, his name. I said, what happened? I like to, I thought we had a good chemistry. I thought we had a good time. I like to know, what did I misinterpret something? Not that I put blame on myself. I didn't say, what did I do wrong? Because that's a negative statement. You don't want to say, what did I did wrong? What I said to him was, did I misinterpret our connection? Tell me tell me where we went wrong, because you want to learn for the next time. Hey, listen, this guy might never text me again. He might text me and say, look, you're just not my cup of tea, honey. And then, what you do when someone does that, by the way, you send back, hey, I'm really sorry to hear that. If you ever change your mind, call me. Because it always leaves the door open, because you don't know, people change. Right now, I'm not his cup of tea, but maybe 6 months from now, he might say, you know what? That woman wasn't really that bad. She was a little overpowering, a little cuckoo, but she wasn't that bad. But that's what I did. I ended up sending a text. He's going to a wedding this week, and I said, have a nice time at the wedding. At least it shows my level of maturity, and I didn't ghost him like he did me. I think ghosting is very immature, and I noticed that that's with the millennials. With the millennials, they're doing that. They're doing that ghosting, and that's a new thing. We didn't have this concept, when I, you know, we didn't have texting and all that crap. We're going to wrap up this video. So that's what I did wrong on this. So I think I'm going to do, the title of this video is 10 things you can do wrong on a first date. And boy, I didn't realize that. And I was really butthurt, guys, because I really liked this guy. I really did. And I really enjoyed his texting in the morning. You know, everybody loves that attention. You know, you got that small attention of someone saying, hey, hi, boo, blah, you know, and that's where you gotta, you know, I did talk to him on the phone too. I did talk to him on the phone before we met. I mean, it was really like, everything was really going on right, but then I saw the signs of what I did wrong. This is Jamie Carmel. We're New Attitude with Jamie Carmel. Wonderful. We have a great new video. I think this is really, really a powerful video. I hope everyone enjoys it. I want you to please subscribe to my channel because we're going to have a lot more stuff. We're going to cover a lot more stuff, not just relationships. We're going to cover a lot more stuff. I know I keep saying that, but it seems to be relationships right now on our minds. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs like button if you do like this video. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Have a great and wonderful day. See you next time.